While lying unconscious on the hard, unforgiving table, in the void of Mrvagi's mind, the darkest night develops a flickering glow. The Shadowlands. The Shadowlands are burning! A Wookiee's last frightful refuge has developed a new final terror. What the outsiders call Wookiee Hell, they thought it fitting to light the last haven on Kashyyyk ablaze. This hallowed ground is now swarmed by stormtroopers. While some Wookiees cower in fright, others leap on to the intruders' transports willingly, if only to escape the fire that rises to engulf them. Mrvagi is chased down and forced to his knees before he was even aware that the stormtroopers were after him. As he is being chained between stabs of electricity, he sees a couple of pups huddled together. And a slightly built Imperial officer stands just off from them, with a pistol trained. Mrvagi can't believe his eyes. It's Dana. She wouldn't. She couldn't have. This is wrong. It wasn't like this. She wasn't there. Save them! Came a familiar, disembodied growl, echoing out from somewhere amidst the glowing husks of charred bark. It was as though his love were already one with the trees, even as they too died. Dana shoots the pups, and Mrvagi joins the reports of the blaster with a roar. No! One of the troopers steps before him and knocks Mrvagi out with the rifle butt. Mrvagi thinks he wakes, and through this bleary vision, he is back at the mine, where Dana now stands off from his wife, who has been made to kneel. For all his dreaming, Mrvagi thinks he roars, but stirring in his nightmare, he really only whimpers. The demon Wookiee with a fur as black as night takes notice of him and shines the surgical lamp into Mrvagi's salted face. He says to Mrvagi,
"Do you think you're still worthy of us? Worthy to be called Wookiee? You're a disgrace to our breed."
The hum of a razor is brought close to Mrvagi's ear, and Itchy makes one swath up the side of Mrvaghi's head and with a cackle exposes the ear. Itchy commences working his way up Mrvaghi's arm from the wrist to the shoulder. From this, in addition to the cold of the table he is strapped to, Mrvagi learns of a foreign sensation of a draft against his skin traveling up his body. Then, a comforter drapes across Mrvaghi's wrist and follows close behind Itchy's work, renewing warmth to his exposed places. From the first, Mrvagi suspects the owner of the paw that cradles him, but for the longest time he can't bring himself to look. At length, he drops his eyes to the new paw resting on his arm, and once he does so, another paw cups his chin and directs his vision up to behold the beautiful, gentle gaze of his wife. She strokes down his haphazardly shaved cheek and proceeds to drape herself over him, restoring a rush of warmth to Mrvaghi's beleaguered body. But then, more slender, unharried hands slide in to cradle the back of Mrvaghi's head, disturbing his repose just enough to disturb his wife. And she lifts her head to look with shocked betrayal washing away her once gentle face as she recedes from Mrvagi so that the cold returns. She looks between Mrvagi and the interloper, who slides up to kneel on the table and rests Mravagi's head on her lap. His wife closes her eyes in sorrow in turning for the door, and drudges her feet towards it. Mrvagi believes he roars after her, but as before, in reality hardly makes a sound. The door slides to make the gap, and the room becomes flooded with a bright light emanating from the other side. She does not heed Mravagi's pleading, nor look back as she steps into the light and the door closes behind her. Mrvagi is plunged into darkness as his vision blurs while adjusting to the change in light. Just then, Dana bends down over his face, standing at the head of the table calling to Mrvagi from what seems so far away. But now, he can smell the burnt fur of Itchy's smoldering corpse, as Skak stands guard over the traitorous Wookiee that hunts his own kind, while Dana commences freeing Mrvagi from his bonds.